But we're live now. I think. Let me see. Yep, we're live. We'll go ahead and get started. All right. Armadium, which means to stand. Panyakudam, which means to turn and face the east. We're going to open up the feast of first fruits with the prayers. Beginning with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathanawa, Lacham, Ka Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawat Nawa, Wala'ah, Tabaya Nawa, Manasai 1, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Raikaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Watha Para, Laiwalamyam, Aman.
What we said in the English is, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us for our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
We're going to read the prayers for the power of the Chak in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Baba Kashah, Nathan Nawa Hakat, Hakat Larapa'ah, Kal Maka'ala, Wakal Madawa, Hakat Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakat, Lakwayam, Hamathium, Hakat, Al Rakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagar Shan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Wadaman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it.
We're going to read the prayers to bless Israel, beginning with the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wa Yasha'ala, Wa Bayat Saparya, Barak, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Wadaman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Bless us. In Israel. In the school. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it.
We're going to read the book of Psalms, chapter 121, beginning with the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharya, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Azarya, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yah, Yam Yinka, Yawamam, Hashemah, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarah, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makara, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'atka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'aitha, Wa'ai, Awalam.
In the English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth Israel will neither slumber. I slack it, my bad. He that keepeth He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
For this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore. We're going to read Psalms, the 83rd chapter in Hebrew. Alahayim. Al Damaya Laka.
Al Damaya Laka.
Al Thakarash.
Al Thakarash.
Wa Al Tashakwat.
Wa Al Tashakwat.
Al Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awayabyaka. Yahamaya 1. Ra'ash. Al Imaka. Yarayamwa. Sawada. Wayatha. Ya'itazawa. Al Tazapawanyaka. Amarwa. Lakawa. Wanakakidam. Magoya. Wala'a. Yazakar. Sham Yasha'ala. Awada, Kaya, Nawa Aitazawa, Laba, Yakhadwa, Alyaka, Barya, Yakarathwa, Ahawya, Adawam, Wayashama'aliyam, Mawa Abba, Wahagarya, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashah, I'm Yeshabya, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarwa, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Ashalaham, Kamadyan, Kasaya, Sara'a, Kayabyan, Banachal, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayan, Dara, Ayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayathamwa, Nada, Yabmawa, Ka'ira, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Bath, Wakatazal, Mana'ai, Kal, Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Narashah, Lanawa, Ath, Na'awath, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayathamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raha, Ka'ash, Thaba'ira, Ya'ira, Wakalahaba, Thalahat, Aryam, Khan, Tharadapma, Basairaka, Wabasa, Wapathka, Thabalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Aya'ai, Wayahaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kayatha, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Ayawan, Alka, Arataza.
In the English, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said. Come. And let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off
from being a nation.
Being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
The name of Israel.
May be no more.
Maybe no more.
In remembrance.
In remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal. And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asher is always joined with them.
They have opened the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kisan.
At the brook of Kisan.
Which perish at Endor.
Which perish at Endor.
They become as dung for the earth.
They become as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like a red.
And like Zed.
Yea.
All their princes as Zabah. And as
Amunah.
Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God, in possession. Oh, by power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as a fire burns the wood, and as the flame setting the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confused confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And trouble forever.
And trouble forever.
Yea. Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high. Over all the earth.
Over all the earth. We're going to read the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Ma'aka Allah.
Wa Ma'aka Allah.
Wa Allah Hayim.
Wa Allah Hayim.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Allah Wap Yahana.
Allah Wap Yahana.
Allah Wapion.
Allah Wapion.
Hasaranya.
Hasaranya.
Akwata Zayanya.
Akwata Zayanya.
Achaya Yahya. Wa Hagwathin.
Wa Hagwathin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Wa Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Wa Rahman.
Wa Rahman. In English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
In Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
Michael.
And Michael.
In the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
Commanding General Yahana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you. So be it.
Thank you. So be it. Sorry, while you're shopping, you can turn and be seated. If y'all would like, y'all can go ahead and start getting at the food, or y'all can wait, do whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah, you get the food now.
We're going to go ahead and begin with reading the book of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. As per our high holy day traditions, going back 4,000 years, we'll be going into Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, breaking that down in the Hebrew and in the English. And after we get through, reading the 23rd chapter of Leviticus, we'll get into a couple of precepts breaking down the Feast of Firstfruits, which is what today is. Today is the Feast of Firstfruits, otherwise known as Pentecost. When you go into the so-called New Testament, you see Acts. In Acts, Paul and the apostles was celebrating Pentecost. That's what this is. We'll get all of that in a minute, right? At the end of this, after we read Leviticus, the 23rd chapter in Hebrew and in English, we'll go through and we'll break this thing down, all right? There's a spirit behind all of the high holy days, all right? There's a spirit behind all of the high holy days, and today we'll go over the spirit behind the Feast of Firstfruits. But before we do that, we'll go ahead and read. We'll go ahead and read the Hebrew, 7 verses at a time, as per our custom, beginning with verse 1. Wa debar Yahweh amashal la amar debar banya yasha Allah wa amartha Allahum ma wa ayya Yahweh ashar thakwar wa atham shashad yamayam tha aisha malaka labayuam hashab ya ayah Shabbath 1 makra'ah kodash ka malaka la tha aisha Shabbath hawa Allah Yahweh bakal mawasha bathikum Allah ma wa ayya Yahweh Makwar Ya Atham Bamawa Adyam Bakadash Hara'ashwan Ba'ara Ba'aya Aishara Wakadash Bayan Ha'ira Bayan Pasak La Yahweh Wabakamasha Aishara Yawam Lakadash Hazaha Hag Hamatazawath La Yahweh Shaba'aitha Yamayam Matazawath Akawa Bayawam Hara'ashwan Makwara'a Kodash Yahweh Lachem Kal Malakath Abudala'a Ta'aishawa. That was verses 1 through 7. We'll read those same verses in the English. Leviticus 23, verses 1 through 7.
In the Leviticus 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time breaking each individual verse down because, of course, every high holy day we go into Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, right? But what I always like to make sure that we understand about the Lord's high holy days is that they are the Lord's high holy days. And that's what the Lord just said. He said, even these are my feasts. We have to understand that the Lord has given us our own culture. All right. Christmas, Easter, Halloween. That's the culture of America. That's the culture of Rome. That's the culture of Catholicism. That's the culture of Christianity. That's the culture of something that doesn't belong to us. But the Lord has given us something that does belong to us, which is our high holy days. This is part of our customs. And we have to understand that. And the Lord makes it very clear and evident that he has delivered these things to us to be holy and special to the Most High God. All right. Keep reading.
Verse 3, 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest, in a holy convocation. You should do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day.
So real quick, what the Most High just said here is also extremely important. I always point this one out as well. The Lord said that you have to proclaim these high holy days in their seasons. That's important. If you look around, there's other Christian organizations and fake Israelite groups that are celebrating these high holy days on different days. The Lord said that you have to proclaim these feasts in their seasons. So it absolutely matters. The first feast that we just read about was what? The Sabbath, the weekly Sabbath. So the day that you keep the Sabbath day is also extremely important because you have to keep these feasts on their, in their seasons. So that's something I always like to point out. All right. It matters to the Most High. He's very particular when it comes to these things. You gonna say something about?
Yeah, so just a quick question that I had concerning the Sabbath, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have for why made me ask, where they get? Because I went over, you going over Leviticus 23rd sometimes. Where they get this lunar Sabbath from?
They get the lunar Sabbath because there's a whole breakdown on this, right? They get the lunar Sabbath because when you go into the Bible, there are certain precepts that talk about the new moon. All right. A lot of people, when they look at things like that, especially the people that celebrate their Sabbaths based off of like a lunar Sabbath, are people that come from, or their elder comes from our school back in, the 80s and 90s, right? They split off and left. They used to keep the weekly Friday sundown to Saturday sundown Sabbath. These are people that have left and tried to figure out their own new way to teach and their own new doctrine. So they've come across certain precepts in the Bible where you see a new moon mentioned. And as you see the new moon mentioned, they've come up with a doctrine now that you have to celebrate the Sabbath based off of the moon. All right. That's the basics of it. There's a lot of dispute between whether you should keep it based off of the new moon or not. We understand that according to the Bible, that on every 7th day you must rest, right? We understand that, right? That's what the scriptures say. Every 7th day you must rest. That's how the Lord designed it. He rested on the 7th day and he gave man the 7th day to rest, right? Well, if you keep a lunar Sabbath, you are not resting every 7 days. You understand that, right? Yeah. If you keep a lunar Sabbath, there's going to be 1 week or sometimes 2, I think, but at least 1 week out of every month where you're going to have to skip a day, meaning you'll rest on the 6th day this week or you'll rest on the 8th day this week. So that already cancels out the fact that the lunar Sabbath cannot be the correct Sabbath. So, but that's what it's really just rebellion. They don't want to be like us, so they want to come up with their own shit, for lack of a better term. All right, let's keep reading.
Verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. Verse 6. And of the 15th day of the same month is a feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye should do no servile work therein.
And that's another thing that we see with these high holy days. Sometimes they're called high Sabbaths, right? Because on these high holy days, it's customary, really law. I don't even want to say customary. That takes too much of the discipline away from it. It's law that you don't do any servile work on these days, right? No servile work on the Sabbath, no servile work on these high holy days, feast of first fruits, all of this. You don't do any servile work, all right? Because these are high Sabbaths or high days of rest, right? And that's when we come together. That's what another thing that was stressed by the Most High is that these are what? Holy convocations, which is why you see us gathered here together instead of being gathered at Thanksgiving dinner or gathered at Christmas dinner or gathered at the 4th of July block party, right? We gather here on these days because the Lord commanded us to, which goes back to that being our culture the Lord has given us. Let's keep reading.
Verse 8.
Oh, Salaki. So if that's verse 8, we're going to read now verses 8 through 14 in the Hebrew, and then we'll read, we'll continue on in English. beginning with verse 8 in the Hebrew. Wa korah bathum asha la Yahweh shaba'itha yamayam bayawam hashab ya'ayim makora'ah kodash kar mala'ah kata ibad la'ah ta'aishawa wa yadabar Yahweh mashallah amar. Verse 10. Dabar banya yasha'ala wa amartha alaham kaya thabawa ala rataza ashar anaya nathan lacham what slaki what the tazarath slaki the tazaratham salaki ath imar ra'ashayath kwatazar yarakam ala hakahan wahanayab ath ha'imar lapanya ahawa la ratazanakam mamacharath hashabath yanayapa hakahan wa aishayatham bayawam hanayapakam atha ha'imar kabash tamayam bun Shanathan la'ila la Yahweh wa manakathwa Shanaya Aishar Nayam Salath Balawala Bashaman Asha la Yahweh Rayak Nayachak Wanasuka Yayan Rabbi Aitha. Verse 14 Walacham Wakwalaya Wakaramal La'atha Thahakawa Aid Itazam Hayawam Hazar Aid Habayakam. That was verses 8 through 14 in the Hebrew. We'll read those same verses in the English, beginning with verse 8.
Verse 8. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days, and the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest into the priest, and he shall wave a sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it, and ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf, and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. Verse 13. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord, for a sweet savory, and a drink offering thereof shall be of wine, and the 4th part of an hin. And he shall eat neither bread nor parched corn nor green ears until the self same day that he have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Verse 15.
And that's verse 14. But understand this. There's another thing. We always got to bring this up, because a lot of nutbags going around saying that you can't keep these high holy days outside of the land of Israel. And that always bothered me. They act like there's some sort of magic barrier around Jerusalem, all right, to where now you cannot keep any law outside of Jerusalem. I mean, this doctrine is growing now. It's a lot of people that are coming to the conclusion, so mostly Old Testament only Israelites, right? People that believe that they're Israelites but don't believe in Jesus Christ, don't believe in the New Testament. They only believe in the Old Testament. A lot of them believe that you cannot keep the law because we're not in the land, which always bugged me out. Like there's some sort of magic dome around Jerusalem that stops you from keeping the law outside of Jerusalem. That's not true. What did we just read in the 14th verse of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter? In all your dwellings throughout all your generations. This is a perpetual law that you must keep. So when you talk about keeping the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Firstfruits, the Day of Atonement, all of these different high holy days, you have to keep them no matter where you are. Understand that. That's extremely important. We can't go on, Captain Zaryak says this most excellently. I never understood how somebody could say they come into the knowledge of the truth and then don't keep the law. And then, you understand? Right. These cats are coming into the knowledge of, man, I'm an Israelite, and we got these laws in the Most High, but I can't keep the law. So essentially, outside of the land, you can do whatever you want, according to these cats. We have to understand that it's in the UPK, what does the P stand for in the ISUPK? Practical. You just have to think practically and understand that really all of the answers to all of your problems, all of your questions is right here in front of you in the Bible. And when you go into Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, if anybody tries to tell you that you can't keep it outside of the land, just read the chapter to them. And you'll start to find out that it's right in front of your face. You have to keep these laws no matter where you go, in all your generations and in all your dwelling places. Go ahead. You have something?
I was going to say, did people forget that when we got the laws that we weren't in the land?
Right. We wasn't in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. We was not in the land. And that's a heavy cut, you know, because when we received this, I mean, shoot, our first Passover we celebrated was not in Israel. Our first Passover we celebrated was literally in the land of our captivity in Egypt. Yeah. You know, so if you're going to tell me that I can't keep the high holy days outside of Israel, well, then you would have to say that all of the Israelites that celebrated that first initial Passover would be breaking the laws of God. And, you know, then they'd be shooting themselves in the foot with that argument. So I always like to bring that out whenever we have these high holy days and we read Leviticus 23. And this is important too. The reason why we read this every high holy day is because this is our constitution. We should remember these things. These are directives, right? When we go into Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, you find that these are directions that the Lord is giving you, instructions. And so it's important that we rehearse these things. Ain't that what Paul said? Rehearse the righteous acts. We have to rehearse these things consistently. So that's why we always, I know some brothers, some sisters might get tired of it because 7 times a year, we got to go through Leviticus, the 23rd chapter and read the same thing. But you should love it and enjoy it because this is your culture. And the Lord absolutely wants you to have this over everything else that the world has to offer you. Right. All right. So that was verse 14, right? So let's read verses 15 through 21 in the Hebrew, beginning with verse 15. Wasapatham lacham mamacharath hashabath mayuam habayakam ath aymar hathanawapa shabathwath tamayamath thayana. Verse 16. I'm a macharath hashabath hashab ya'itha thasaparwa chamashim. It's like chamashim yawam wakarabatham manacha. It's like chadasha la Yahweh. Verse 17. Mamawa shabath yakam thabayawa lacham thanawapa shatayam shanya aishar nayam salath thahaya yana Chamataza, Thapayana, Bakawaryam, La Yahweh, verse 18. Wakarabatham, Al Halakawam, Shaba'aitha, Kabasham, Thamayamam, Banaya, Shana, Waparaban, Bakwar Achad, Walahayam, Wayalam, Salakim, Shanyam, Yahayawal, Ayla, La Yahweh, Wamanakatham, Wanasayaham, Asha, Rayach, Nayachak, La Yahweh, verse 19. Waisha, Yatham, Shayar, Isayam, Achad, Lachatath, Washanya, Kabashim, Banaya, Shanan, Lazabak, Shalamyam, verse 20. Wachanayap, Hakahan, Atham, Al Lacham, Habakawaryam, Thanawapa, Lapanya, Yahweh, Al Shanya, Kabashim, Kwadash, Yahayawa, La Yahweh, La Kahan, verse 21. Wakoratham, Ba'itazam, Hayawam, Hazaha, Makora'a, Kwadash, Yahaya, Lacham, Kal Malakath, Abadal, La'ath, Aishua, Chakwath, Iwalam, Bakal, Mawashabathikam, La Darathikam. That was verses 15 through 21. We'll read those in English.
Leviticus 23, verse 15. And ye shall count into you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering. 7 Sabbaths shall be completed.
So 7 Sabbaths, what's that? That's seven days in a week, 7 Sabbaths. So 7 times 7 is 49. So this is 49 days. Go ahead.
Even until the morrow after the 7th.
And then the morrow after the Sabbath, which makes what? 50 days. If y'all didn't know, Pentecost, that term means 50. And that's where we at today. This is 50 days from the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I know it don't seem like it was that long ago, but it was that long ago, right? Go ahead.
Even into the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Verse 17, ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baked with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Lord. Verse 18, and ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and one young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering to the Lord, with their meat offering and their drink offering, even an offering made by fire of sweet savor unto the Lord. Verse 19, then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offering. Verse 20, and the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Lord. With the 2 lambs, they shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. Verse 21, and ye shall proclaim on the selfsame day that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
All right, now we're going to continue on reading. We're going to read verses 22 through 28. We're going to start in the Hebrew, beginning with verse 22. Uba Kwatazarkam, Ath Kwatazayar, Aratazarkam, La'ath Akala, Pa'ath Shadak, Bakwatazarka, it's like Walakwat, Kwatazarka, La'ath Alakwat, La'anya, Ilagar, Ta'izah, Batham, Anaya, Yahweh, Alahayakam, Wayadabar, Yahweh, Amashallah, Amar, Dabar, Banya, Yasha, Allah, Lamar, Bakadash, Hashab Yaya, Bachad, Lakadash, Yahaya, Lakam, Shabbat 1, Zakar 1, Tharawai, Makwara, Kwadash, Kar, Malakath, Abadala, Ath, Aishua, Wakwar, Batham, Ashala, Yahweh, Wayadabar, Yahweh, Amashallah, Amar, Akba Aishar, Ba'ishawar, Lakadash, Hashab Ya'aya, Hazaha, Yawam, Hakaparium, Hawa'a, Makwara, Kwadash, Yahaya, Lakam, Wa'ina Yatham, Ath, Napash, Thayakam, Wakar Batham, La Yahweh, Wakar Malaka, La Atha Aishua, Ba'itazam, Hayawam, Hazaha, Kayawam, Kaparium, Hawa'a, La Kapar, Ayakam, La Panya, Yahweh, Alahayakam. Okay, that was verses 22 through 28. We'll read those in English.
Verse 22, and when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field.
Now these, just so we understand something about this, these are instructions that the Most High has given the children of Israel for as they come into the land. The Lord is giving us some foresight here, because this, of course, was delivered to us as we coming out of Egypt. We just got through being slaves for what, 430 years, right? So we don't know nothing but being slaves. Well, the Lord is telling us, hey, I'm about to bring y'all into your own land. And when you come into that land, you're going to have crops. You're going to have everything you want. But here's something I want y'all to understand. You're not going to act like the Egyptians. This is what you're going to do. When you get your land, you're not to make clean riddance of the outer outer edges of your crops. Why? Keep reading. Hey, Salaki, y'all, there's a soda that spilled in the back there, in front of that couch. I'm just letting y'all know, just so don't nobody know slip or nothing like that. Salaki, can you keep reading?
Yeah. When thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them into the poor.
So you're going to leave them to the poor. That's the reason, right? So you're not going to harvest the crops from the outer edges of your field, and anything that fought the gleaning, right? What is the gleaning? Let's just say you got an apple tree. This is the easiest way I can make y'all understand, right? An apple tree, sometimes when the fruit is fully ripe and ready, sometimes the apple just falls straight off the tree without you having to pick it. That's considered the gleaning. Well, the Lord said you're not going to collect any of the gleaning, and you're not going to take from the outer edges of your crops. because you're going to leave it for the poor. And effectively what that does, just so we can understand, effectively what that does is makes it to where nobody's poor because we all working together. And that's what the Lord desires from us. That's what we try to recreate here today. It's hard being in captivity. I totally understand that, but that's what we try to recreate. We try to be able to lean on each other so that way none of us is suffering. We either all suffer together or we all winning together. And that's what we strive for, is to all win together. And that's the spirit behind this law right here. This is brotherhood. All right. Keep reading.
And to the stranger, I am the Lord, your God. Verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speaking to the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of the trumpets, and holy convocation. Verse 25. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 28. And ye shall do no work in the same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God.
Verse all 20. Right, so we're going to read verse 29 through 35 in the Hebrew, beginning with verse 29. Kayakal hanapash ashar la'at ta'ayna ba'itazam hayuwam hazaha wana karatha ma'imya wakal hanapash ashar ta'aisha kal malakat ba'itazam hayuwam hazaha wa abathya ath hanapash awa amakopa ba'ma kal malaka la'at ta'aisha kakhwath awalam ladarathikam bakal mashabathikam shabath 1 Awa lakath slagi lakam wa ana yatham ath napash thayakam wathashaya lakadash ba'irab ma'irad slagi ma'irab aid irab thashambath wa shabathkam wa dabar yahawa mashallah amar dabar banya yasha Allah amar bakamash bakam slagi bakamasha Aishara yawam lakadash hashab ya'aya hazaha kaga hasakawath shabaitha Yamayam La Yahweh Bayawam Harashwam Makara Akwadash Kar Malakath Ibada Al the Aishua. That was verses 29 through 35. We'll read those same verses in English.
Verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in the same day, the same soul will I destroy among his people. Verse 31, ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations and all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls. In the 9th day of the month at even, from even unto even, shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. Verse 33, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speaking to the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. Verse 35. On the 1st day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
All right, so now we'll read verse 36. We'll just read from 36 on down, beginning with the Hebrew. Shabaita yamayam takwar yaba asha la Yahweh bayuwam hasham ya makora akwadash yahaya lakam wakwar batham asha la Yahweh itazarath hawa kal malakath abadala atha aishua Allah Mawaibadia Yahweh Ashar Thakwara Atham Makwaya Kodash Lakwa Yarab Ashar La Yahweh Alam Wamanacha Zabak Slagi Nasakyam Debar Yawam Bayawamwa Malabad Shabbathath Yahweh, Wamalabad, Mathanawathyakum, Wamalabad call Nadarakyakam. It's like Darayakam. Wamalabad call Nadabawathyakum, Ashar, Thathanawa, La Yahweh, Ak Bakashamya, Bakamash Aha, Ashar Yuwam Lakadash, Hashabya Aya, Basapakyam, Basapakam, Ath Thabawath, Harataza Thachagawa, Ath Kaga, Yahweh Shabaitha, Yamayam, Bayawam, Harashwan, Shabbathwan, Wabayawam, Hasham Yanya, Shabbathwan, Walakatham, Lakam Bayawam, Harashwan, Paraya, Aitaza, Hadar Kapath, Salakim, Thamaryam, Hainap, Aitazab, Ibath, Wairab Ya, Nechal, Washamak, Slaki, Washamatham, Lapanya Yahweh, Alahayaka, Shabaitha, Yamayam, Wakagatham, Athwa, Kaga, La Yahweh Shabaitha, Yamayam, Bashana, Kathwath, Iwalam, La Darathikam, Bakadash, Hashabya Ayah, Thachagawa, Athwa, Basakath, Tashabawa, Shabaitha, Yamayam, Kal Ha'azarak, Bayasha'ala, Yashabwa, Basakath, Lima Slaki, Lamai 1, Yadaiwa, Darathikam, Kaya, Basakawath, Hamashabathya, Ath, Banya, Yasha'ala, Watazaya, Amatha, Marataza, Matazarium, Aniyah, Yahweh Alahayakam, Wayadabar Masha, Ath, Ma'idya, Yahweh Albanya, Yasha'ala. So that was from 36 on down. We'll go ahead and close out this chapter.
36 and on down or 37?
I think it was 36, right? Yeah, it started 36 and read on down.
7 days, verse 36. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 37. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offering, everything upon his day, besides the Sabbath of the Lord, and besides your gifts, and besides all your vows, and besides all your free will offering, which ye give unto the Lord. Also, in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord. 7 days, on the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days, and ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in the generation. You shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Verse 42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. Verse 43. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Verse 44, and Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord.
All right, let's get real quick Proverbs the 3rd chapter. Let's read Proverbs the 3rd chapter. We ain't gonna take too much more time. That was the entirety of Leviticus the 23rd chapter. However, I do want to just once again, like I said at the beginning, I want to make sure we get the spirit behind this high holy day. All right, every high holy day has a spirit behind it. All right, Passover is a foresight of the deliverance of the children of Israel, and in hindsight we can see that Passover represents obedience, because obedience is what got us delivered out of the house of the Egyptians. Right, we had to slay that lamb and put that blood upon our doorposts, If we didn't do that, that death angel was going to come into our house and kill the firstborn of everything that exists in that house. All right. So we went over that a little bit when we did the Feast of Unleavened Bread and all of that. But now we're in the Feast of Firstfruits. All right. And there's a spirit behind the Feast of Firstfruits. All right. What is the Feast of Firstfruits? Well, in the Feast of Firstfruits, the Lord requires you to give the first of all of your increase, everything, right? Not only the first, but the best. Matter of fact, one of the offerings that you have to give is an animal that is what? Without blemish, because the Lord wants the first of everything and he wants the best of everything. What's the spirit behind this? Let's understand that. Matter of fact, give me, you can hold that and give me Colossians real quick. Give me Colossians, the 3rd chapter. What's the spirit behind that? The spirit is you got to give your best to the Lord with everything that you do. And you have to understand that the reason why you have breath in your lungs at all is because of the Lord. When the Lord delivered this law to the children of Israel, he was letting them know that he was about to give them this land of milk and honey, this beautiful land called Israel, right? And when we got to that land, we was going to be overthrown with blessings. I mean, we were going to have all of the blessings and we were going to have all of the crops. We were going to have everything that we needed to have a sustained country. Imagine that. Imagine that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have our own self-sufficient country that we run together. Imagine that. We wouldn't have to deal with the things that you see in LA right now. I know y'all see what's happening in LA. That is a product of us being slaves to another race of people and us being governed by another race of people's laws and moral codes. But the Lord told us that he was going to give us our own land. He was going to give us our own inheritance. He was going to give us our own constitution. And part of that constitution, once we got into that land, we was going to have to give the Lord the first fruits of everything. Why? Because the only reason that we had that land in the first place is because of the Lord. Let's read that real quick in Colossians, Colossians 3:23.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord and not unto men.
What you do, you have to understand that you're doing it for the Lord. Everything that we're doing, for instance, all of us could be doing a million other things tonight, but we're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing this to serve the Most High. It's a lot of things that day in and day out, we have to stop ourselves from doing. I was talking to Officer Yawasab earlier. I'm slaving, and you know, I'm not the most. I got to work on my temperance, y'all. Y'all understand that? That's one of the fruits of the spirit. I got to work on my temperance. All right, because I've been known to fly off the handle if I don't check myself. Right. Point being, now I forgot what the hell I'm talking about. Now I'm pissed off again. Now I'm mad just thinking about it. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Right. Point being, though, right? It's a million other things that we could be doing that would make us feel better. I could have flew off the handle earlier today when I dealt with the situation I dealt with. Oh my God, I could have did some unlawful things. But you know what I did instead? I said, damn, I'm a servant of the Most High God. I represent the Lord and I represent the ISUPK. I'm going to have to conduct myself properly. That takes a lot. That's rough. And many of us are faced with things like that day in and day out, that we have to step back for a second and think, I serve the Most High. I can't act like this. I can't act the way I want to act. I can't do the thing that I want to do. We have to do that. And the reason why we do that is because just what the scripture says. Whatever we do, we have to do it as unto the Lord and not as unto men. Let's keep reading. Read verse 24.
Verse 24. Knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance. Mm-hmm. For ye serve the Lord Christ. Verse 25.
Right. So now we have to understand that there's a reward for this thing. Let's go real quick. This is going to be the last precept. I told you I ain't going to take too long. Can you go back to Proverbs, the 3rd chapter now? Let's read this real quick. Proverbs, the 3rd chapter in the 9th verse.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 9. Honor the Lord with thy substance and with the first fruits of all thine increase.
And this is what we're talking about, right? Honor the Most High with all your substance and with the first fruit of your increase. Why? Let's keep reading.
So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine.
Y'all understand that it's okay to want something for your service to the Most High. It's all right. We get a reward for this. Christ himself said that in my Father's house are many mansions. Like the kingdom of heaven is built for us. That's the contract. When you go into Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, we understand that that's a contract. And that contract is the Lord say, do what I say, and I'll give you all of these blessings. Don't do what I say, and I'll give you all these curses. So when you do what the Lord desire of you, it's okay to be like, I'm doing this, and I know I'm going to get something from it. It's all right. You understand? Just like I always go back to this, right? A father and a child. Your father tell you to do this, this, and this. Do these chores, get good grades, right? And in return, you get that brand new game system. That Nintendo Switch 2 just came out. I know a lot of y'all want that, right? You'll get that brand new game system. You'll get them new games. You'll be able to stay up late. You'll be able to go out with your friends because you're doing what I asked. It's okay for you as a child to be like, I'm going to do exactly what my father says because I want to be able to have those privileges. I want to have a good life. That's what the Lord is telling us. So why am I bringing this up? Because we just read, honor the Most High with your substance and with the first fruits of all your increase, and the Lord is going to make you bountiful. It said your barns are going to be filled with plenty, and your presses are going to burst out with new wine. But too many of us, we don't even reach that point. We trying to take for ourselves first. That's why nobody want to pay tithes. Nobody want to take that 10% off the top. You want to, well, let me just make sure I pay my bills, this, that, and the third first. I understand why y'all think that way. We in slavery. We in captivity in America. But just think for a second when the Lord gave us this law. He gave us this law when we was in the wilderness. When we didn't have nothing. When we was crying, you can go all throughout the book of Exodus and Leviticus and Numbers and see we crying to the Lord because we still ain't got no food while we in the wilderness. They was going through a lot more than any of us have damn near ever gone through. And the Lord required that of them. He required it. So much so that he was putting them to death. Go through the wilderness and go look in the book of Exodus and Leviticus and Numbers and see. I mean, the Lord opened up the earth and swallowed up thousands of men into the earth and killed them over disobedience. So many of us get away with so many things. And we deserve death just like them brothers. So what we're going to have to understand is this. The reason why the Lord gave us, the spirit behind the Feast of Firstfruits is this. The Lord then gave you life. And he promised you life everlasting. All you got to do is just give the Lord your best. Honor the Most High with your substance and with the first fruits of all your increase. And the Lord will give you everything he promised you. The Lord is not a man that he should lie. I know so many of us are used to people lying to us, giving us false promises. The Lord ain't like that. He don't operate like that. The Lord is going to absolutely give you everything that he promised, but you got to give your part. So we always got to remember that. All right. Like I said, I didn't want to talk y'all ear off. I know it's getting a little late. Everybody want to eat, party. We're going to, play some music, have some fun. But just remember that these feast days, there's a spirit behind these feast days. And if you take it back to, if you take it down to the wire, a lot of the reason why the Lord gave us these feast days is brotherhood, sisterhood. Why the Lord call them what? A holy convocation. It's a holy gathering. The Lord don't want you sitting in your crib celebrating these high holy days. He wants you together with us. So that's why we're here. So that's why I'm gonna stop talking. That's why we're gonna close out, get these prayers in, and we'll get to getting it in with the feast. All right. So with that being said, we'll close out. I imagine, which means to stand. Upon Yahweh, which means to turn and face the east. All right, we're going to close out, beginning with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayah, Wadash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Balakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Haya, Lashamaya, Lathananawa, Latham, Kalyawam, Wasalakanawa, Kawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawathinawa, Wala'a, Thabayanawa, Manasai 1, Abal, Awashanawa, Mayan, Raikaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Watha Para, Lawalamyam, Aman.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
As
it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us for our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
In the power. In the glory. Forever. So be it.
So be it. We're going to read the prayers for the power, or the hakak, beginning with the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Babukashai, Nathalanawa Hakak, Hakala Rapa'ah, Kal Maka'ala, Wakal Madawa, Hakal Latahar, Hamatazariah, Hakak, Lakwayam, Amathiam, Hakak, Al Rakawa, Atama'ala, Lagar Shun, Bashem Yahushai, Waraman.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. We're going to read the prayers to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayashala, Wabayasapaya, Barak, Bashem Yahushai,
Amen. In English, Lord, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, bless us, in Israel, in the school, in the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it.
We're going to read the book of Psalms, chapter 121, beginning with the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharya, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Waratazah, Ayathan, Lamawat, Ragalka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yanyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Walayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Adnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'atka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'aitha,
in English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. For this time forth and even forevermore.
All right, we're going to read Psalms the 83rd chapter, beginning with the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayat Lakar, Al Thakarash, Al Thashakwat, Al Kayana, Awayabika, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Yarayamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Yaitazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakagidam, Magawya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha Allah, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa Aitazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Baryat, Yakarathwa, Ahaya, Adawam, Wayashamalayam, Mawa Abba, Wagarya, the ball, Waimawan, Waimalak, Kalashad, and Yeshabya, Sazawar, Gum, Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadyan, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabian, Manakal, Wayashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayan, Dara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayatamwa, Lada, Yamawa, Ka'ira, Wakaza Abba, Kazabak, Wakazazal, Mana'ai, Call, Nasai Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nair Rashad, Lanawa, Na'awath, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanyaraka, Ka'ash, Sabaira, Ya'ira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Haryam, Khan, Taradapma, Basa Iraka, Wabasa, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Falawan, Wabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wabahawa, Ayai, Wakaparwa, Wabadwa, Wadaiwa, Kayatha, Shamka, Yahweh, Labadka, Ayawan, Alkal, Ha'arataza.
In English, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo, thine enemies make it tumble.
Thine enemies make it tumble.
And they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, Come.
They have said, Come.
Let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
For being a nation.
Being a nation.
That the name of Yashala
may
be no more in remembrance.
May be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
the
thee.
Tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
The Hagarenes.
The Hagarenes.
Gabal.
Gabal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher is also joined with them.
Asher is always joined.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them as to the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to
Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kasan. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red. And like Zeed. Yea. All their princes. As Zabah. And as Zamunah. Who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my power. Make them like a wheel. As they stumble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Lord, let them be confounded and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish. That men may know that thou whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
So we're going to read the blessings, beginning with the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai. Wa Ma'aka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Matazab Ya'ah. Alawap Yahana. Alawapyam. Asaranyam. Akwatazayanyam. Akayayayam. Wa Agwathin. Yahweh. Wa Hashem Yahweh Shai. The water Aman.
In English. Bless you, Yahweh. In Yahweh Shai. In Michael. In the angels. Commanding General Yohanan. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it.
Sorry while you're shopping. You can be seated. Any brothers that would like to be anointed with oil, you can step up. If you don't mind, can you move that fan out the way a little bit? You just back it up. Right.
You got that
All right, you know how I go. Say these prayers. Point to you, say your name 3 times. All right. Ya Baraka Yahweh.
Ya Baraka Yahweh.
Wa Shamarka.
Wa Shamarka.
Ya Ar Yahweh.
Ya Ar Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka.
Wa Yakanka.
Wa Yakanka.
Ya Sha'a Yahweh.
Ya Sha'a Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka.
Wa Yashamlaka.
Wa Yashamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem Yahushua.
Wa Hashem Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa.
Rapa.
Magun.
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 Razan.
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 Wa Hashem Yahushua.
Wa Hashem Yahushua.
What I'm on.
What I'm
Brother. Any sister that would like to be anointed with oil, you can step up. All right. Step to the side of your sister.
I gotta get that AZ oil.
Yeah. All right. All right, y'all know the drill. We're gonna say these prayers. We'll point to you. You say your name. Repeat 3 times. All right. Ya Baraka Yahweh.
Baraka Yahweh.
Wa Shamarka.
Wa Shamarka.
Ya Ar Yahweh.
Ya Ar Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka.
Wa Yakanka.
Wa Yakanka.
Ya Sha'a Yahweh.
Ya Sha'a Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka.
Wa Yashamlaka.
Wa Hashem Yahushua.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem
Wa
Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa.
Rapa.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Magun.
Rayana.
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 Kalamas.
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 Maparia.
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 Maparia. By Hashem
Wa Hashem
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
What I'm on. Clap it up for the sisters. All right, what we just said in English was Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, and protect these brothers, these sisters. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out. Just the men, I imagine. For the brothers, we're going to do a courtesy salute. I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak. Side towards the sisters. Sisters, I imagine, which means to stand. You can get the sisters a courtesy salute and salute out this high holy day. Men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak. Yahweh Shamar, Latham, Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Shamar, Latham, Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yajim Matah, dismissed. The water.